Om Shanti, Divine Family. So we'll start reading the Murli. If Sister joins, then we'll let her to take it from where, wherever we reach. So today we are reading 18th November 1987 Murli. The title is The Way to Accumulate the Power of Silence is to have the stage of being introverted and to stay in solitude. So it's mainly Baba is talking about the power of silence and the stage of being in solitude. The hopefully Baba will give so much of insights about the power of silence and also the benefits of staying in solitude. So today, the Almighty Authority, Bapdada, is looking at us, Shakti Army. The spiritual Shakti Army is unique army. It is called the spiritual army, but its special power is the power of silence. So we all are spiritual Shakti Army, and our uniqueness is we are very special and we have the power of silence. It is a non-violent army that brings peace. It is also, we are also non-violent army and bring peace. So today, Bap Dada was looking at every child who was a bestower of peace and seeing to what extent each one has accumulated the power of silence. This power of silence is the special weapon of the spiritual army. So this is the special weapon that each one of us is using. So Baba says this is the special weapon of the spiritual army. All of you are those who are holding this weapon, but you are number wise. The power of silence will make the whole world peaceful from peaceless. So it is the power of silence which is transforming the world from peaceless to peaceful. It will transform not only human souls, but it will also transform the elements of nature. The power of silence now has to be known and experienced in a even deeper way. The power of silence, Baba says, now has to be known and experienced in a deeper way. The more powerful you become with this power, the more you will continue to experience the importance and greatness of the power of silence. At present, you experience achieving success through the power of words and the power of facilities of science, service. But the power of silence is very much greater than the power of words and the physical facilities of service. So Baba says the power of silence is great power than the facilities and than the words. The facilities of the power of silence are also elevated. Just as you use pictures, projectors, and videos as facilities for doing service through words, in the same way, the facilities of the power of silence are pure thoughts, good wishes, and the language of the eyes. So, very interesting line. So, Baba says just as you use the pictures, right, projectors and videos as facilities, right, for doing service through words. So we'll show them and then we start explaining, right. And in the same way, the facilities of the power of silence is pure thoughts and good wishes, the language of the eyes. Pure thoughts, good wishes, and the language of the eyes. Just as you give the introduction of the Father and the creation through the language of words, in the same way, on the basis of the power of silence and with the language of the eyes, you can give an experience of the Father. Just as you show images through the projector, in the same way you can clearly show the sparkling image of yourself and of the Father in the center of the forehead. Just as at present you give people an experience of the pilgrimage of remembrance through words, in the same way, with the power of silence, your face will automatically give the experience of the different stages of remembrance. What is that? Your face. Right? So Baba says your remembrance through words, and in the same way, with the power of silence, your face will automatically give the experience of the different stages of remembrance. Right? So, what is the thought? Based on the thought, our face will change, right? So, Baba says it's based on the experience, the different stages of experience. Those who experience this will easily feel that um, at that time they are experiencing the seed stage, or that they're experiencing the angelic stage, or that they will automatically experience the variety of virtues from your powerful stage. Okay, just as those words, just as through words, okay, just as through words you enable souls to have feelings of cooperation and love, in the same way, when you yourself have good wishes and are stable in the stage of love, whatever your feelings are, you will enable those same feelings to arise in them. Hmm? So that's very interesting. Right? So Baba says, enable souls to experience cooperation and love in the same way. When you have good wishes and stable in the stage of love, right? So whatever your feelings are, you will enable those feelings arise in them. So based on it's our thoughts, what good wishes that we have about others, so we will actually, those things will start arising in them. Good Your good wishes will ignite their feelings. Just as a lamp ignites lamp, in the same way, your powerful good wishes will easily make the most elevated feelings arise in others. Wonderful analogy Baba is giving. Just like we ignite lamp using lamp, right? So similarly, when we have good wishes, powerful good wishes about others, so that will automatically come in practical way, right? In practical form. Just as you now have all the physical tasks carried out with words, in the same way you can just as easily carry out and enable others to carry out any physical task with the elevated method of the power of silence. That is, with the power of pure thoughts, just as the power of science, as the facilities of the telephone and wireless, in the same way, these pure thoughts will give you the experience of getting a task done by speaking directly, face to face, or as if speaking on the telephone or the wireless. These are the specialities of the power of silence. So we can get things done without coming into sound. So all we need to do is our need to have good wishes and that pure thoughts about what needs to be done, so that that can do wonders, just like how the telephone or the wireless things works. These are the specialities of the power of silence. The power of silence is no less. However, because you use the power of words and physical facilities a lot more, you find that easy. Okay, so we are used to it, right, for almost 5,000 years, we can say. right? Using the words and the physical facilities. So you find that easy, Baba said. You haven't yet experimented with the facility of the power of silence. And this is why you don't have that experience. So we just need to get used to using the power of silence, right? So we will have great experience. That's what Baba says. You find the other way easy and this one difficult. However, according to the transformation of time, you will definitely have to use the facilities of the power of silence. According to the transformation of time. So the time is demanding us to use that. Baba says. So, therefore, O elevated souls, the bestowers of peace, experience of the power of silence, just as by practicing with words, you have become powerful in words. In the same way, continue to have more practice with the power of silence. Mm. As as you progress further, you won't have time to serve with words or physical facilities. Important line, Baba says, as you progress further, right? So the time will close where we will use the facilities, where we will use the the word service, the mouth service will end. So it will be only through the power of silence. At such a time, the facilities of the power of silence will be necessary because whatever is very powerful will also be extremely subtle. Hmm? Okay, whatever. That's an interesting line. You see, at such a time, the facilities of the power of silence will be necessary because whatever is very powerful will also be extremely subtle. So, pure thoughts are more subtle than words. And this is why the impact of the subtle will be powerful. Pure thoughts are always subtle, right? So the impact is also very powerful. Even now, you experience this, where the power of words cannot carry out a task. You say, this one will not understand with words. He will, uh, he will only be transformed with pure feelings. Where words cannot make a task successful, the experience of mercy and love with the facilities of the pure silence, pure thoughts, good wishes, and the language of eyes can accomplish a task. Even now, even now, when someone who argues a lot comes, um, he would argue even more through words, right? Okay, that's wonderful example Baba is saying. Even, right, someone who argues a lot, right? And if he comes where you are explaining through words, then he will argue more, right? Therefore you make that one sit in remembrance and give him the experience of the power of silence. Do you not? If he then experience peace for even a second by having remembrance, he will surrender his argumentative, right? Argumentative intellect through the experience of silence. So continue to increase the experience of the power of silence. Okay. As yet, there is very little experience of this power of silence. So Baba says, the power of silence is really great, but the experience is not, because we are used to coming into sound and using the physical facilities, right? So it is not really used much. So therefore, we are not really experiencing the power of silence. As yet, there is very little experience of this power of silence. The majority of you only experienced a slight taste of the sweetness of the power of silence. O bestowers of peace, your devotees ask your non-living images for peace more than anything else, because happiness is merged in peace. Happiness is merged in peace. So everybody, our non-living images, right? So the devotees is asking peace, and Baba says because peace, there is happiness is also merged in it. They only experience that for a short time. So Bap Dada was seeing how many souls have the experience of the power of silence. How many of you souls speak about it, and how many souls experiment with it? Now, Baba is asking us how much we, really use the power of silence. How much we do sort of experiment with it. For this, there is a need for you to be introverted. Baba is telling how we should implement that. For this, there is a need for you to be introverted and to stay in solitude. It is easy to be extroverted. Easy to be extroverted. However, according to the time, there now needs to be a lot of practice of being introverted. Some children say that they don't have time to be in solitude, that they don't have time to experience the stage of introversion, because the activities of service and of the power of words have increased a lot. I can really, I mean, you can really feel or experience this, right? Because the activities of the, sorry, because the activities of service and of the power of words have increased a lot. So that is why you see even in the world, right? People don't have time, right? Including Brahmins, they are involved in so many sevas, so many things are happening. So uh, not really or unable to give time for to sit in solitude or experience silence. However, there is no need to find half an hour um, or an hour at a time for this. While in the midst of the activities of service, okay, Baba is saying we should practice in the midst of activities of service. You can find that much time in between in which you can experience being in solitude. So, to be in solitude means to stabilize yourself in any one powerful stage. And to be in solitude means to stabilize yourself in one powerful stage. So I think Soman would be one method to do that. Stabilize yourself in the seed stage. So Baba says, stabilize yourself in the seed stage. Stabilize yourself in the stage of a lighthouse and a might house. That is, stabilize yourself in the experience of being one who gives light and might to the world. Stabilize in any one of these stages, Baba says, to experience, to experience silence or the power of, to create a powerful stage or to be in solitude, either seed stage or lighthouse or might house stage. Okay. And stabilize yourself in the experience of being one who gives light and might to the world. Through the angelic stage, give others the experience of the avyakt stage. If you concentrate on this stage for even a second or a minute, then this stage for even 1 minute can give you and others a lot of benefit. You just need to practice this. Now, who is there who would not have time for even a minute? Hmm? Baba is asking, who is there who does not even have, to spend 1 minute of time? When the system of traffic control started, some used to think, how is this possible? The amount of service activity is huge and you are always busy. However, since you kept the aim, it has become possible. The program is continuing, is it not? Do you have this program of traffic control at the centers, or do you sometimes miss traffic control and sometimes have it? This too is a system of Brahmin clan. Mm. It is the discipline, just as you consider other discipline to be essential in the same way, this too is necessary for self progress. This is Baba's talking about the traffic control. So, sometimes when we are in the middle of something, right? So we may miss it. We may think that we'll do it later, right? Some might do that. I sometimes personally do it. So when I'm in a meeting or when I'm in the middle of something very urgent thing, so I will kind of say that I will do it in the next hour, right? So we have sometime we push it, right? So Baba says this is very essential. So in the same way, this too is necessary for self progress, for success in service, and for the atmosphere of the sender. So, by keeping the aim of having the practice of being introverted and in solitude, with that deep love in your heart, find time to do this from time to time. Those who know the importance of this will automatically find time. Hmm? If you don't give it that importance, you won't find the time. To stabilize your mind and intellect in a powerful stage is to be in solitude. Mhm. So, um, okay, you saw, no, Baba said, you saw Sakar Brahma Baba. The sign of his coming close to perfection was that while doing service, while listening to news, he used to go into solitude. You experienced this, did you not? He would understand the news of 1 hour in its essence in 5 minutes and would make the children happy and also give them the experience of his stage of introversion and solitude. I think this Murli is very good to practice during this the month, right? Uh, because most of the people would like to stay in solitude and silence because of this January months, right? Tapasya month. The sign of perfection was that he experienced the stage of introversion and solitude while walking and moving around and while listening and doing things. So, are you not able to follow Father? So Baba is asking, are you not able to follow Father? So I think we'll pause here. So this is a 2 days Murli. So two parts. So let's pause here. The first part will take up the second part of this Murli Monday. So let's sit in Baba's remembrance for 1 minute and then we can come back and share the points that touched our heart. Om Shanti. Om Shanti, Divine Family. Yes. Please,
Bye.
yes, Kirchaben, go
You
ahead.
know how I felt when you were reading the Murli. I'm a lover of dance, Bharatnatyam. I just love. That's why I have in my family my daughters just exploring the dance and creating. Like I remember when my daughter had her Arangetram, she said, "I would like to give the vision of the world to the of the world through dance." So when as and when Baba was speaking about the language of the eyes, in all these classical dances, what we call it as the emotions, they say navarasa in the thing, those emotions of joy, love, bliss, everything is generally experienced through the eyes. And when through those eyes, when she even telling a story, the whole story, which is generally told through words which we listen through the eyes, it is expressed through the eyes, it is expressed through bhava. For that, she needs bhavana. So much she should have internalized inside in her heart to bring that expression on her face. Of course, she also makes her face like the makeup on the face is also like they do it in Kathakali and all. That kind of expression, how people just enjoy. There is even no need of any music because then your ears get. I was just thinking about the such time because I was used, or even those simple puppet shows. But here, Baba just said, no need for you to learn Bharatnatyam or no need for you to become Rukmani Arundel or Uday Shankar or Pandit Birju Maharaj. No need for you to become all that. Just go deep inside. And of course, the second action plan he has given. It was such a. I don't know from where Baba picks up all these things. The art of communication. Go Google, they'll tell you so many ways of how do you present yourself, how do you stand, what do you use, how to use your eyes. Direct contact, look at the audience. They should look at you or the projectors. But what when all this fails? No projector. I'm in a place when there is no projector, no flip charts, no videos. Then how do I go in that? It was just beautiful. Three things he tells us: just have pure thoughts, good wishes, and feelings. And let me tell you, these things are not easily available. It has to be practiced just to have pure thoughts. That means not a trace of impurity, any kind of impurity in you. See, when I speak of example, when I speak of love, for a dancer to just portray love, it should not be lust. It should be the beautiful, pure love which is really taken by the audience. So, those pure feelings only, where Baba says your pure thoughts will cut across like a telephone, will cut across like a wireless. that I think we should sit and practice this in this Avyakt month. Every day, one lesson. How do I give the knowledge of myself? How do I give the knowledge of the Father? So clearly, I said for the Father, just show an. It's not easy to show the image of myself in the center of the forehead. Just sometimes I think, how do they show these pictures with that light in the center of the forehead? And sometimes, I used to ask my family, do you see any light in my forehead? So I'm just, it's not an exaggeration. I'm just trying to say it's such a beautiful art which Baba has given. Maybe Baba is saying you're not going to get a stage, you're not going to get a mic, you're not going to get anything. So much more. I think I will leave for others to express, but my heart is really blooming out to really practice this art of silence, a different approach to give the message. Om Shanti.
Thank you, Girija-Ben, for that wonderful, beautiful way of explaining all that, the importance of silence and the dance, Kathakali, all that, the language of eyes. Very nice. Yes, Kalpesh Bhai.
Yeah, Om Shanti. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Divine Family. Yes, rightly said by Gija sister that she has also this feeling that and replicating that feeling and transforming that feeling that we are also enjoying that. Uh, that's a very important thing is the pure thoughts. Everybody has rightly said that the communication, the speaking, the communications. So communication is not through words, but the pure thoughts, pure feelings, each transforms very it's it's a feeling that we have to experience and to experience others. And with that, with Baba is also that said that while moving, while whatever you are doing, and be in a solitude. So be in that stage, one stage, light and might house stage. You can become this pure thought. This is pure thought. So you as first we have to introvert within silence, experience that silence, and that we have experienced the world. So this is a what communication. This is important communication, not surface level. This is a deepest level of communication, which transforms, brings confidence, impact, success, all these things. So that's what I got the message today. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Divine Family, and it's a wonderful and great thing. Om Shanti.
Yeah, thank you, Kalpesh Bhai, yes, for sharing that. Yes. So, yeah, anybody else want to share? Yes.
Om Shanti.
Yes.
Baba, today putting the silence part, which is the most important part, is the outcome of that Purusharth. And due to that outcome of that Purusharth, that silence comes. Or you say, with the Purusharth of silence, the journey of silence, it starts with words. And when you become the embodiment of those knowledge, embodiment of that knowledge in words, and when we become embodiment of knowledge, that's the state of silence. Because what I really feel that when you talk about the word silence, it has been said that actions are more powerful than words, and even the silence are more powerful than actions. So from words it comes into actions, and then actions becomes silence. Silence, the first letter S stands for soul conscious state, and another we can, when you go deeper, that is supreme soul conscious state. Then I is for inward journey, which Baba tells quite often, that from Bahya Mukta to Anta Mukta, we have to go to inward journey. And when we go towards inwards, we really introspect. And with that introspection, we change ourselves. And the L letter tells that, yes, you have to be loveful, lawful, and E, the embodiment of knowledge, that is purity. And the letter N stands for Nirakari, Nirvikari, and Nirahankari. And another letter C for careful, cheerful. And E, the last, you exit from this world of noise and enter into the world of Sangeet, that is from Asur, from Besura to Sur. And in that process, what happens? We do stabilize ourselves, as Baba said, into light might stage, angelic stage, and from angelic stage, that is Avyakta stage. Baba says that you all children are spiritual Shakti army, that is non-violent army that brings peace. From peaceless to peaceful. And Baba says that silence has got more power than words. So if you understand the word power, that is P for Purusharth, P for purity, P for peace, and O, that is obedient. We have to be obedient to Baba. And W, wonderful wishes. E again, embodiment of silence. And R is responsible and Ruhani. In this process, what you find that, yes, if really become embodiment of silence. What we say, when we become embodiment of knowledge, we reach to a state of silence. But when we become embodiment of silence, we become Bap Saman. Om Shanti.
Yeah, so very well said. Right, so silence is more powerful than words. Action, yes.
Just to add one more, I spoke as a dancer. I think I used to read when I was young a lot of these Omar Khayyam's poems. When two people are in love, vibrations, this is what silence brings. Through silence, through these three facilities which Baba has said, good wishes, language of the eyes, and pure feelings, we can send through vibrations. And I think you should study the science of vibrations. So when two people are in love, just the look of each other's eyes, it is so profound. See, those days it was used for a different body consciousness. And as Sanjay Bhai said, in this process of silence, the S of soul consciousness is very important for us over here. So
Mm.
then this leads to what we call it as divinity. There is a kind of a pure connection. So we have seen these kind of people who are loving and all. There's no talk. There is just seeing each other through the eyes. And my God, I think when Karna and was there, when how was Karna born, we know through it was only through vibrations, through the eyes which met. So eyes are profound, but it should be divine, but it should be soul. I think the out of all the three, the language of the eyes, I just wanted to say that divinity and that love can be even in silence, the vibrations. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. I would like to add one more word, which I just got. That what I feel when it is language of words, that is in audio, a deaf person cannot hear it. Whether it is a language of in video, blind person cannot see. But when it is language of silence, even a blind person, even a person who cannot see, even a person who cannot hear, and the limitation is that he should be in a certain distance, then only he can hear or see. But when it is silence, it is beyond distance. It is beyond that he can see or not. It is beyond that he can hear or not. That is equivalent to Baba. When Baba says or Baba wants to transmit, he can just transmit the things in such a vibration that is called silence. So, silence, as we can find here, that yes, the language of silence can be heard to a deaf person. He can hear silence. And a blind person can also see silence. And above all, everybody can experience silence. Om Shanti.
Yeah, that was very wonderful, beautiful. Yeah. So very well said that audio, video person who doesn't have hearing capacity or can't see video. But silence power can be experienced even people who are not in the body, right? Okay, right. So very, very good, good sharing. Thank you so much for that. And so I think we should also, yeah, Vinod Bhai, go ahead.
Thanks, Brother Om Shanti. Baba says to be in the stage of seed. The seed stage or being a lighthouse is a method to be introverted and to experience that antarmukta. That is the way I said. I mean, I got a message. What is it to mean to be introverted? Or, uh, as Baba says, the other thing, to be in that elevated stage. So, I wasn't understanding. I mean, everybody would have mixture of extroversion or introversion. But to be in solitude and introversion is possible by Baba as he gives the method to be in a stage of seed or in the form of a lighthouse. So I would like to experience this method to practice introversion. Thank you. Om Shanti.
Yeah, very, very well said, Vinod Bhai. Thank you. The introversion is very much important, right, to experience. Otherwise, because extroversion, everyone is very well versed in coming into extroversion, but introversion, something needs to be practiced, and silence is very much required there for introversion. Okay, so before we really close the session, I want to there's an announcement about tomorrow's session. So I'll just share my screen just to show the flyer. So as you know, tomorrow there is a special session arranged by VK Sister Sona from Abu Dhabi, and the topic that she will be taking through is from detachment to divinity. So this flyer is already shared in the WhatsApp group, suppose, and so if you want to share it with others, and you may do that. Request you all to attend and take the complete benefit of the session tomorrow. So with that, let's close the session. So we'll sit in Baba's remembrance. So let's experience the sweetness of silence, and we'll close for the day. Thank you. Om Shanti. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Divine Family. We shall connect again tomorrow at 5 a.m. Until then, you all have a wonderful day.